the sky. The
Price of gas, price of eggs.
Is the price of gas up, really?
I don't know.
My boyfriend, he usually is from, lives in Lafayette because he goes to Purdue.
So he uses a lot of gas. He's come to see you.
Right. Well, he filled up before he came to visit me last time.
Because it's cheaper there.
No. He filled up there thinking it was cheaper than here.
But it wasn't?
No, it was like 20 cents more a gallon.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the whole gas thing. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I thought that the price of oil is coming down, but the gas stations keep going up. So I wonder if they're gouging us.
Maybe.
Could be.
I never know. The price of gas fluctuates so much, yet we still need it.
We have to have it.
So we have to purchase it. This is what I was talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
Things that you have to buy, even though you know it's way too expensive.
But then aren't there things that you have to buy, but you won't settle for less? Okay, bad example, but an example. I won't buy any other paper towels other than Bounty. Because if you buy the cheaper paper towels, you're actually using more than you would if you just spent the extra money and bought the paper towels that absorb better.
Do you feel like you used Bounty for so long that to use another brand would be considered cheating?
Maybe a little bit, but I have tried another brand and they don't work as well.
Oh.
So I am dedicated to one brand. Same thing for toilet paper.
Yeah, that's so true. The double ply, I'm a double plier.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
The single ply?
Single ply,
sad.
Come on, just go get a leaf from outside.
I know. Well, a leaf would be better. A leaf would be better. But the paper towel commercials, is that Bounty that's watch how nice.
Quicker picker-upper.
Oh,
Isn't
that's
it?
a quicker picker-upper.
I think. But then there's there's Bounty, and then there's, what is it, Braun or Brawny? I don't know. I just like Bounty.
We just like Bounty here. That's what we use.
Is that what you use?
I mean, I'm going to go with you. I don't really... Honestly, I'm not guilty of buying the cheapest thing that's at the store. So I'm kind of a freak at the grocery store.
How so?
Okay, so if I see, let's say I'm going to get M&Ms because I want a sweet treat or something. I'll look at each package of M&Ms and then I'll go in close by where the price tag is on the shelf.
Yeah.
And if you look underneath the price, it says price per ounce. So you know if you're spending more or less for what you're getting. So if it's less, if the price is less by the ounce, and you're getting more ounces for less money, that's the one I'll buy, even if it's insanely large.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I'm getting more for my money's worth, and then if it lasts anyway, I might as well have that.
Between the breaks.
You know what I'm looking really forward to?
What?
Is next weekend, because it's Memorial Day weekend, so we get a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, did you see it's the highest Memorial Day travel that they've seen?
They say that every
I swear they
holiday.
do.
They say it for Memorial Day. They say it for Labor Day. They say it for the 4th of July. This is going to be the most cars ever on the road. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I just know we get 3 days off.
Right. And that's nice.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I just hope that the weather's going to be nice.
Well, yeah, they say the most popular spot that people are traveling to is Orlando.
Okay. It's always nice in Orlando.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the other two. I think Seattle and New York were up there.
I did hear, I heard the list of hot Memorial Day places too. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, you're not?
No, are you?
I am actually for once.
Really? Where are you going?
I'm going to Kentucky. Yes.
You know what's beautiful
what?
In Kentucky?
Tell
Have
me.
you ever been there before?
I have been there, but I basically was passing through.
Smoky Mountains.
So my friend lives in Hazard, Kentucky, which I
Is
said...
that from the Dukes of Hazzard? I think it's good old boys.
Oh, maybe. I should ask her. I guess I'll find out when I go next weekend.
I think it'll be fun. But I do believe that you're going to be right there by the Smoky Mountains. Now, did I go through Kentucky? Because I went to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee with my then husband. We went to Dollywood.
Yeah, I love Dollywood.
And we drove through the Smokies. And see, I'm used to mountains being rocky and no greenery. And so we're driving through the Smoky Mountains and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, this is beautiful because it's trees everywhere, trees on mountains. You don't see that out west,
right?
So I thought it was really cool. So
did you see bears?
No.
Oh, okay. I feel like it'd be cool to see a bear, but I don't want to get too close to one.
Well, there was I don't know if you heard the story, and I don't even know if it's been confirmed, but Gurnee, Illinois, which is where Six Flags Great America is,
right?
Apparently, there was a bear sighting there, within the past 2 days.
What kind of bear?
A black bear.
Okay, so I read this on the National Park Service website. So there's black bears and brown bears. Mm-hmm. One of them, if they come towards you, you're supposed to play dead. The other one, you're supposed to attack back. And I don't know which is which. I should brush up on my bears.
Either. But after I read this about the black bear up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, I have a friend who lives out in Colorado where I think bears, it's more possible you're going to be seeing a bear in Colorado. So he lives there in this beautiful house and he's got 4 little dachshunds. And he's watching TV last night And he says his dachshunds just start going, crazy, and they're barking at the door. And he's got a big glass door. He walks over, he looks, there's a freaking black bear standing at his glass door trying to get in. No. I mean, the door's locked,
So did he open the door?
No.
I was going to say. Well, how some people have the front door and they have the glass door?
Right, no.
So if I would have been freaked out if I opened it and he was up against the glass.
No. It was the door. And my friend lives in it looks like a cabin, but it's a big house in the mountains.
Yeah.
And there's like a wood and then a big piece of glass in the middle. That's his front door. And the bear is standing up on his hind legs, like leering in, looking at the dogs.
No, absolutely not. But dogs have amazing hearing.
They do.
The fact that they knew the bear was there, it's like he's got so many protectors.
Yeah,
and those dachshunds are fierce.
He said they were just going insane.
Between the breaks.
I was saying earlier today, and I may even said this to you because I ran into you in the parking lot at like 4 o'clock this morning.
Yeah.
I feel like Thursday is a wasteful day. I think we should go, if I ran the world, we would go from Wednesday to Friday. There should be no Thursday. Every Thursday that I wake up, I'm like, why isn't this Friday? I literally think that every Thursday morning when I wake up.
So you think the weekdays should go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday,
yes.
Saturday? So just eliminate Thursday altogether?
Get rid of it.
How would that affect the course of the year? And like how many months would there be?
Like I said, that's why I'm not in charge.
Well,
I have no idea.
If you eliminate Thursday, though, would a new day become the Thursday?
Well, I guess
then?
really what I'm trying to say is I think we should have a 4-day work week and a 3-day
that I
weekend.
support. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, you probably can't physically get rid of one of the 7 days, but we could. I want to change it so like today would be the beginning of the weekend.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I love the 4-day work week idea.
Mm-hmm.
My mom does that and my boyfriend does that, and then they get like 3-day weekends, and I feel like they have so much recovery time.
My brother does that because he's a paramedic, so it used to be 24 on, 72 off. Mm-hmm. But then, like, with COVID, it became more like 24 on, 24 off. But he'll work a 24-hour shift and then at least have 24 hours off. Maybe 48, sometimes 72.
I don't know how people do that. When you work a 24-hour shift, do you get a lunch break and a nap break?
Well, in a situation like his, if he's not on a call,
yeah,
they can chill at the firehouse and, nap. But then as soon as they get a call, they got to get up and go.
That makes sense. I was going to say, that seems like a recipe for disaster.
Would be for me.
Yeah. That's the longest you've stayed up.
Probably about 24 hours, and then I'm just a hot mess.
The longest I've ever stayed up consecutively was 42 hours.
What were you doing?
It was a project in college. It was
to see if you were going to go insane for staying up.
No, I had to make sure everything was submitted on time. But I was also the one like guiding the whole group to make sure that we got everything in. So there was a lot of 5-hour energies, a lot of Red Bull, a lot of Mountain Dew Kickstart. So when I submitted the last thing in the computer, I don't even remember what happened. I just collapsed. And I woke up to the security guard on the campus poking me with his stick.
Oh, seeing if you're alive.
Yeah, and I woke up and he's like, "Are you okay? The lab is closed."
Yeah.
And then I ended up going to the bathroom to be like, "What happened to me? How long have I been out?" It must have been a few hours, but I had the keyboard marks on my
on your forehead.
Yeah.
After that, how long, when you could actually like legitimately sleep, how long did you sleep for?
I slept for like 14 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. It was insane because I was like 8:30 at night or something, and I woke up the next day at 10 something.
God, I remember when I first got into radio, I was producing a morning show, but I was also at that point, they had overnight DJs, and I was doing the overnight shift.
Oh, geez.
And so I was in the studio for at least 10 hours, maybe like 11, with show prep for the host, the morning host. So by the end of his show, I was just a zombie. And then I would go home and I would sleep, but then I had to be back at the station by like 11:30 to go on the air at midnight. And I remember at some point during one of those stints, like the nap before going into the overnight shift, my boss calling me or somebody calling me at home, and I grabbed the phone. I go, "Q101." Like, I picked it up thinking that I was still at work.
You thought you were on the air?
I thought I was like answering a request line, and My boss just laughs at me. He's like, work much? I'm like,
Yes.
I'm like, and I was trying to play it off. He's like, you can't play that off.
Yeah.
Like, you're just super, super tired. So I get it. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you get that tired.
Yeah, I've definitely done things like that before. Like I used to work a part-time job when I would do mornings at my old job. I would go to my part-time job in the afternoon, and people would come in, and I'd be like, "Good morning," because I was in morning mode.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
oh god.
Between the breaks.
Is your mouth feeling better today?
I guess. I mean, it didn't really hurt. Every time I go to the dentist, I feel fine, and they're like, "Surprise! We have to do work on you."
You know, the last time I went and I got numbed, I remember my son was still in high school and he was on the bowling team. Mm-hmm. He was in a league, and I showed up. And you know when you're still on my head, kind of talk like this, and you feel like your mouth is like. He's like, Mom. He's like, shut up. You sound like you're drunk. and I mean, I wasn't. I had come from the dentist, and it was because I was so numb. That's the other thing, too. I have a really high metabolism. So when you numb me, walk away for 10 minutes.
Right.
You need to, like, numb me. Let me sit for, like, 2 or 3 minutes and get to work because the Novocaine will wear off. But they given me like a ton of Novocaine, and I felt like somebody punched me in the face, and my one part of my mouth was like sagging.
Yeah.
And I was totally talking weird, and it was all because I was numbed up.
Also, it's hard to tell a radio host to stop talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with talking.
Right, and it's like,
You
also,
don't have a problem with
I feel like too, if you run your chaps, like it kind of wears off faster. I don't know if that actually works.
It's a good philosophy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But anyway, so, okay, I hate to ask, but you have to go back.
No, not anymore.
Okay, so you're done for now.
I'm done for now for 6 months.
Okay, see, you've kind of sparked me because I have a ton of work I need to get done, and I don't want to go. I really, and I'm sorry if I'm offending any dentists out there. I don't hate you personally.
Right.
I hate the idea of the dentist.
Like,
it
you
always
hate them in your mouth.
I don't like them in my mouth. Everything about it, I don't like.
You don't hate the person.
No.
The dentist was so nice that I went to.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not personal. You just picked a really lousy profession to make people want to like you.
That's valid. Yeah.
You know?
I think they probably know that, though, too.
I know.
But anytime someone has any tooth pain, I'm telling you, they're asking their dentist friend.
Oh, yeah.
They will. And just like any nurse ever. Like, no one likes to go to the hospital, but if they have an issue, they go, hey, I know you're a nurse. Can I ask you a question?
It's funny. I told you yesterday that my brother's paramedic. He's also an RN. And anytime I will have an issue, and clearly he just doesn't want to deal. So I'll ask him about something. He's like, oh, dude, I don't know. And I know he knows.
He definitely knows.
He just doesn't want to tell me, you know. He wants me to go and suffer, basically.
You think so? Maybe
he
he's like, I don't want to be held responsible if I happen to be wrong with my diagnosis.
Well, there's that too, but he's my brother. I think he wants me to suffer.
Maybe.
He's my younger brother, so I tortured him when he was little.
Between the breaks.
Did you know this, Katie?
What?
Did you know that the Buggles video Kill the Radio Star was the very first video ever shown on MTV?
I actually did know that.
Okay.
Because I was so mad about that song.
Why?
Because don't you feel personally attacked?
No.
Oh.
I think it's a great song.
It is a good song. It's about killing the radio star.
But I get where they're coming from, like back in the because they thought that like the whole MTV them playing videos was gonna be like a big deal, which now they just show those like 16 and pregnant shows or some stupid stuff.
Yeah.
So it didn't really happen. So no, it doesn't offend me. And actually now I think the song is most famous for being the first video ever played on MTV.
Did they write the song for MTV?
I don't think so.
Because that would
But I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I would have to Google that.
Right.
I don't know.
The Googler.
So how's your morning going?
It's good. I have my second cup of coffee here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to regulate myself, though yesterday I had 7.
Oh my God, were you like being peeled off the ceiling when you got home?
Well, I read this research study that says the lowest risk of cardiovascular disease.
2 cups.
Is it 2?
It's 2, not 7. 7
thought
would
it was 3
probably
to
cause
5.
your heart to like explode.
Well, this is why sometimes my heart rate gets up to 200 when I go for runs.
No, I believe it's 2 cups.
Okay, so I'm okay right now. I'm
2
in the
cups,
green.
you're good.
Yeah.
Did you have any breakfast?
Well, so my breakfast was my midnight snack that I like to sneak out of the fridge.
What's that?
Shredded cheese out of the bag.
Really?
Yeah, like Colby Jack or the Mexican cheese blend.
What? Oh, see, I love cheese, but lately I've been on a pepper jack kick.
Ooh, I can't do that. It's spicy.
Do you want to know what's funny? My little 9-year-old puppy, Freddie Mercury, he loves pepper jack cheese.
Really?
I made a grilled pepper jack cheese sandwich the other day, and he totally ate half of it.
Oh, well, how sweet is that? Okay, question for you.
Yeah.
When you let Freddie Mercury have some of your food, do you eat after him?
Yeah, dogs have cleaner mouths than humans.
That's what I heard.
They do.
Yeah. I was going to share an ice cream cone with my boyfriend's dog.
You totally can.
And he was like, do not do that.
Why? No, you know which animal supposedly has like a really filthy mouth? Or cats.
Really?
And I love cats too, but no, I've heard that dogs have cleaner mouths than humans. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, cats don't typically like me, I feel. But there was one cat, I don't know. I just, like, you know how people are dog people and cat people?
Oh, I think you got a little cat chip on your shoulder. I think they like you.
I love kittens, but when they get older, they like hate me.
No.
But then this one cat I met really liked me and he started licking me and I was like, oh my God, is he biting me?
No, they have the little scratchy tongue.
Yeah, sandpapery tongues.
Yeah. So, okay, wait, back to your cheese. Why would your mom get mad that you eat it out of the bag? Just because you ate it out of the bag?
Because there's cheese sticks and she wants me to eat the cheese stick like a normal person instead of eating the shredded cheese that's for tacos.
Oh, I don't think that's a bad thing.
It tastes so much fresher though as shredded
Really?
cheese. Yes.
I've never noticed. Though I've never, like, if I go for cheese, it's usually, like, I'll buy like a block of cheese and just like cut off pieces.
I love that too.
Do you have like, what about slices of cheese? Will you eat
Yes.
Okay, but you really prefer the shredded.
Well, it's like my midnight snack. It's between the hours of 11 and 4. So 11 p.m. to 4 a.m., the sweet spot.
Yeah. So I crashed out really early last night. I mean, I was in bed by 7, but then The Hangover 2 was on and I had to watch part of it.
Oh, of course.
It's a stupid movie and I love it. But then I fell asleep by like 9. And then by 10, I was up for my midnight snack. And I too had cheese, but even though I was like half asleep, I got a knife, which is probably not safe, and I cut off a little piece of pepper jack, had that, and went back to bed. Had to give a little piece to Freddie too.
Right, you got to share.
I share with him all the time. He always
That's
wants
sweet.
my cheese. You know, I have all this like really nice dog food. He won't eat any of it. He wants whatever I'm having.
Sometimes I think it's good to like sprinkle the cheese on the dog food to trick them.
You know, that's funny you say that because I did try that last week.
You did?
He ate the sprinkled cheese off the dog food and then he put his nose up at the dog food and walked away.
She's like any kid ever eating Lucky Charms and just picking out the marshmallows.
I used to do that.
I mean, I did too.
Did you know
That's all
that
I
you
know.
can buy boxes online of just the Lucky Charms marshmallows in a box?
I did see that. I don't know if I agree with that though. Because think about it. Okay, let's say you have like good days all the time. You never have a bad day.
You're going to be diabetic.
Well, sure, that too. But you'll also not know how to fully appreciate the good days when they come around.
Yeah,
so if you don't
got
have
a good point there.
yeah, you need the icky stuff in the Lucky Charms.
But it's not even really icky, but it's not as good as the
It's
marshmallows. And they're like freeze-dried which is probably even worse for you.
Does it make it better though because it's freeze
I
dried?
think so, totally.
I think so. Freeze-dried candy is all the craze now, and it's crazy how expensive it is, but I understand because it's such a process to freeze-dry
yeah.
it. Yeah.
I would try it. There's really not any candy I don't like.
Freeze-dried Skittles,
Ooh,
the way
I've
to
never
go.
had that.
Yeah, that's the go-to.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm going to go home now. Now I'm going to go home and eat because
Freeze-dried Skittles?
we've been talking about food. I don't have any freeze-dried Skittles. I would eat those if I had them. You know, I still have leftover Halloween candy because I bought like one of those big giant bags with like the little tiny candy bars.
Yeah.
So I just go and I raid that bag because it's still good.
Yeah.
It hasn't gotten bad yet.
Does
so.
candy really go bad?
Nah, not in my book. It doesn't.
Between the breaks with Brooke, Hunter, and Kadie Daye.